Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, the Pashua's Moment, and we thank God for giving us the opportunity to share again. I'm standing here on this mountain called Zion, Pashua's Prayer Mountain, a place that you should come and use to have time alone with God. What the Pashua's ministry is about is to mobilize and motivate God seekers so that they remain focused, because the journey of seeking God is a journey every Christian should walk. But many people think they are safer by moving their own way, not knowing that they deny themselves a lot if they do not walk this journey to know God by themselves and to be led by God and go to fulfill His purposes in their lives. And we've been looking at this man Abraham. Now we are looking at how Isaac got a wife through the prayer of Abraham and his servant who went out. And God did something very amazing that you could not mistake it. Many times, many marriages are facing a lot of challenges because of the way it all starts. It is very difficult for you just by chance, just by observation, just to get it right. It needs the leading and the grace of God to lead you. I could maybe share a testimony of my life because I also realized that if it had not been God, I would have got it wrong. But because my life that I've walked for all the years from being a younger teen at 14, at 13, has been committed to God. I was a God seeker before, though I didn't know that. You might be a God seeker, but you are not aware. I was a God seeker. But before God spoke to me in 2001, I did not consider myself as a God seeker. But when a time came for me to find a wife to marry, it was a very tricky situation. There are so many things that happened before. If I wasn't very focused and I did not have God close by, I would have got it quite wrong, the wrong way. Because I was a young man who was in the limelight as a leader. So many things happened, and I realized so many young ladies imagined or wished that I could be their husband. So many claimed to have gotten instructed, God speaking to them. It was hard. But because I was a God seeker, I always remained steady, and I wanted to see a sign. I remember one day there was something that happened, still alongside this women's stuff where women are trying to push their way towards you. And I realized that the devil was bargaining my future. When I realized that quite a number of things had happened, girls turning even crazy, making crazy claims, some of them even losing their head, kind of. But for me, I was never moved because I was so focused on God that I was not in a rush. But this night, I got a very heavy burden. And I said, but there is a big bargain on my future. I need to spend a night in prayer to seek God about a person. I had not moved out like to seek somebody for marriage, but so many people were pushing out. They are pushing their way, though I knew it was due time for me to find somebody. So I spent a whole night in prayer, and I said, God, the devil is bargaining my future, but I need you to lead, I need you to guide me. And I remember in that night, God told me, I will give you a sign tomorrow. I didn't know how the sign would come out, so I waited the following day for a sign. Having prayed, and I didn't know how the sign would come, I just waited quietly. So the day moved, and like in the middle of the day, around midday, I get a phone call, and somebody calls me and tells me, you don't know me, but I've just called you to say thank you for the ministry you're doing amongst the youth. I used to organize a very big conference during that time in the city. It was the biggest conference in the city, and many holiday makers were coming, and university students were coming to this conference. And we had just finished the conference about 2 weeks. So somebody calls me, I heard that God moved mightily in that conference. I wasn't there, I was doing exams, but I called you to say, thank you for being a blessing and for allowing God to use you. Well, I said, who are you? Then the person told me, I'm Jessica Zarwango. You don't know me, but I'm one of the youths in church. I said, okay, thank you. Thank you for appreciating. God bless you. And it all ended there. I will be beginning from there tomorrow in our next session. But I just want to show you, if you're a friend of God and you are working closely with God, God will always make sure you jump the hurdles and you jump the traps the enemy sets for you, so that you get a person who comes from God. This is why I encourage everybody to make God a friend. Don't wait for problems. Don't ask God at that time. And you turn to God because you are looking for somebody to marry. Like I told you, Rebecca knew nothing, but because there was a prayer following her, and everything worked out very well because God was in it. So God bless you. We shall begin from there tomorrow.
Eyo yibadde Pursuers Moment ngekutusiddwako essomero lya
Pursuers Junior School ly'essomereriza okunazaako gw'omuzadde nnako lya ddene boarding nga lisomesa abaana okuva ku nasale paka ku P7 era nga ku musingi ogutya Katonda kwe lyazimbibwa. Lirina abasomesa abakugu abategeera kye bakola era nga liri mu kifo ekisirifu obulungi ekyemunguluddwa obutonde. Abaana baffe tubabangula mu by'omu kibiina n'ebyo ebibayambako mu bulamu obwa bulijjo muli eby'obulimi n'obulunzi. Nasale section yaffe erimu abasomesa abakwata obulungi abaana ate nga n'ebyokuzanyisa weebiri ku ssomero. Tulina n'emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Ebitone by'abaana tubitumbula nga tuyita mu music, dance and drama saako n'ebyemizannyo era ng'abayizi 100 abanasooka okwewandiisa ng'ennaku z'omwezi 9 February tezinnatuuka. Dr. Charles ne Jessica Kiyaga bakubawa half basare. Essomero lisangibwa Butambala ku luguudo lwa Mpigi Gombe. Okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku 0772 41 98 ne ku 0702 36 41 Pursuers Junior School, in pursuit of knowledge.